Hello, welcome to another productivity stream. I'm Adara, and today I have a couple of chapters of sensitivity reading to do, and once that's out of the way, I'm going to balance it with a little bit of writing if I have the energy afterwards. I am down to the last chapter of the first draft of my second novel, and this is to show that writing the first novel wasn't a fluke. So, if you have any studying to do, or any reading or writing or any other work-related tasks you'd like to do, then feel free to join in. Let's hop over to a background which I think might be a little more suited for this work. Yes, we're in my office, but I think I'd like somewhere a little bit more cozy for the reading that I'm going to be doing. Let's have a look. See where we can go. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and I'm chibi form. Chibi form me will be popping up every now and again. Maybe every time that it seems like we're in a bit of a sprint, we're in a workflow, and I think that I may have to step away from a desk, then Chibi Adara may step into the picture. But otherwise, I think this is a nice little cozy area for this reading. Yeah, why not? Let's put those away, we're indoors. And let's set up to work. On my actual desk, I have a printout of a novel, which I'm working my way through, and sensitivity reading for various disabilities which I also have. During these working sprints, I will go on mute, feel free to enjoy the lo-fi, chill out, and we'll see what work we can get done. And I'll see you at the other side. Let's start this work in 3, 2, 1, and please work timer, sprint. And that's the end of the first sprint. Hello everyone. People seem to have gathered from afar in the middle of that. I think I've only managed to get 3 paragraphs done. The first part of that, I was trying to make sure that Nightbot was working with the commands in chat. After that, it was a case of welcoming people in, which I think is a pretty good distraction to have. Bit of explanation. I'm currently working my way through a sensitivity reading project at the moment. So there is an author. Hi, yes. We have Marilyn in chat, Brett the Foggy Author is in chat, and Vicky Johnson is in chat. I'm working my way through a sensitivity read project for another author, who, this is the 3rd book they've hired me to work with them for, to essentially screen it for a lot of my different disabilities. It's been cropping up about once a year. We're into the 3rd book in a quartet, and it's pretty riveting reading, if I'm honest. And the books are fairly long, but I've been breaking it down into 1 or 2 chapters a day. So my plan is to read 2 chapters today, and then I may or may not get back to doing some actual writing afterwards, depending on energy. Because this takes a lot of kind of critical thinking, and then you've got to format your thoughts into a way to write them up. So I'm sitting here with a printed document, all spiral bound, on my desk, with a lot of colour-coded, semi-transparent, kind of translucent sticky notes. And I'm going through, and as something jumps out at me, I'm putting a sticky note on there. Then afterwards I go up, I write it into a spreadsheet for the character that I think that applies to, and then I transfer all that into a Word document report afterwards. 3rd time round, I think I've got the system down. So that's what I'm working on. In terms of writing, I'm only 1 chapter away from finishing this sequel, this never-ending sequel. 1 chapter. So here's hoping we can get a little bit more of that done. Without further ado, I think I ought to hop back into some work. Feel free to be productive, chill out, listen to lo-fi, lurk, come and go as you please. I'll see you on the other side of a sprint. I'm going to boost this timer now up to classic Pomodoro, I think, of 25 minutes to really get me into the nitty-gritty of this chapter. Changed? That changed? There we go. Cool. I will see you on the other side. I'm gonna go mute. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. How did everybody get on? I think Marilyn is just chilling and listening to the stream in the background for now. I managed to finish the sensitivity read for chapter 5, which was good. Let's see. There's some pretty hard-hitting stuff in this chapter, and I can't believe it's only chapter 5. There's about 60-odd chapters in this novel, and it's starting strong, but I suppose in terms of a story arc, this is book 3 of a quartet, so if you take regular story beats and just expand them over a whole 4-book arch, then we're probably getting into some of the most intense parts of this series, which I can see. I can really, really see. I'm just pulling off these little stickers and putting them on, then coming back and typing them up, and in the last minute there I had a bit of a battle with formatting on Microsoft Word. Things where sometimes, you press enter and then it goes down to a different page, but you didn't ask for a page break, so yeah. And it keeps asking me if I want to use Copilot, so I'm like, no thank you. I think I'm fine. Let's see. Brett says he did well, completed edits on chapter 7 of the audio edition, and uploading now, ready for Saturday, just creating the thumbnail. That's really exciting. For anyone who doesn't know, Brett, aka the Foggy Author, is narrating his own audiobook, and he's been putting them out chapter by chapter on YouTube. I'm fascinated by that concept because people have been telling me that I should probably look into narrating my audiobook. And I always said maybe if it was like non-fiction, because there has to be some sort of like, maybe some background training in drama or theatre or something to pull off like an actual audiobook. And then you've got all the technology to make sure that everything's like properly recorded, silence is silenced to such a high quality. And it's something I've started to look into. The question is, would I ever be able to speak Esperanto or the 1 or 2 sentences of Arabic I have in there? I have no clue. I'm looking into the technical aspects of it at the moment, though. We'll see. I'm curious, though, what made you decide to release it on YouTube instead of maybe when you've got everything put together, trying to put it up on somewhere like Audible? I'm fascinated by that decision. Absolutely fascinated. Yeah, it's something I'm thinking about because for the past 2 years, I have been looking at trying to hire someone or save the money to hire a narrator, but they are very expensive. At the same time, AI's popped up. It says like, okay, I don't trust you with this book. You're nowhere near at the level you need to be for giving a book justice. No. Let's see. Oh, Marilyn's asking the Foggy Author what they write. Yep. Agatha says, yeah. Oh, thank you. He's saying I've got a great voice. My microphone has good audio. I've just changed my microphone to a one that's about 1/3 the price that my old one used to be. For some reason, my old one wasn't registering on my laptop anymore. I think it was something to do with loose cables. So I finally moved all my videos until this point before this microphone. So even the last stream that we did, I was using a Blue Yeti, which I'd had for years, and instead of a stand, it was stuck on top of a toilet roll. That's it. The secret's out. It was good for absorbing shocks and raising it to my mouth where it needed to be, I'll put it that way. But now I have a microphone on a stand, but literally about 1/3 the price, and yeah, it's doing well. Let's see. Don't use any filters because YouTube compresses the audio. Currently writing, yeah. Francis is actually writing book 2 in his time travel trilogy. Yeah, so you're also in the middle of a series. I'm working on book 2 of what I'm thinking might be a trilogy, maybe a one after that, I'm not sure. Toilet roll stand is golden. Yes, yeah. It was one of my more inspired ideas. Yeah, so this is a microphone. I do have a pop filter on it, and I do use a lot of filtering with the sound of my voice, like as we're speaking now. So a lot of that is post-production in the open broadcasting software. That was a whole new level of learning. When you're making videos, it's just a case of, okay, the editing software has like noise reduction. Fine. But with this, you've got everything like limiters, compressors, and half the time whenever I need to change anything, I have to go back and look up what they do again and again and again. Just keep looking at instructions. Hopefully when I get it set once, it'll stay set and I won't have to touch anything else. Marilyn's saying she loves time-travelling stories in different genres. Yes, I will attest to that. Marilyn is quite a connoisseur of jumping between stories. For all the poetry and different readings and things that she does, she's one of the most avid readers I've ever known. There are some people online who just get through so many stories that it leaves my kind of my reading levels in the dust. And then I remember I used to be that person with fan fictions and manga, so never mind. Oh, Rowan saying she loved my first book and I've got this. Thank you. She has been a very, very big supporter. She has. Right, I need to get back to this sensitivity read. Wait, let's see. I can now update this progress bar. 1 second. Bum, bum. Let's see. Aha. There we go. I'd say 25 minutes worked well for that. So I'm going to do another 25 minutes now. What amazes me is most of these chapters are the same length. That baffles me. Although I plot to have chapters being a certain length and scenes to be certain lengths, I can never manage it. And in the end, it's a case of, okay, maybe I can group these into a chapter together, or this into a chapter together, or I have to expand this, or there's a lot of revisions. But for someone to send me this, it's remarkable. That's a skill. That consistency is a skill. For the fuck of the thing, your reading's in the dust. My reading speed doesn't even create dust. It's that slow. Oh, at this point, what's interesting is I'm mainly listening to audiobooks. I've kind of given up reading at the moment. Things have just been so hectic. So many medical emergencies between people and pets and all that stuff that I've not had any energy to read. I don't remember the last time I actually sat down and read beyond the sensitivity read. This has actually gotten me started reading again. Because sit down, concentrate, in the zone. I think that's been good for me. Yeah, mostly audiobooks these days. I think they qualify. Yeah, they definitely qualify. When you have brain fog, you've got to work with what you've got. The first sensitivity read I did, I listened to it via text-to-speech to get through it that way. I was so brain foggy. Okay, let's get this timer on the road. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves during that 25-minute sprint. The foggy author has to say goodbye, which is understandable. And yes, I do look forward to your live sprints too. Mine are very pop-up due to how hectic things have been. I would love to be there during your live streams, and I would love to see that pig. It's fantastic. I've hopped over to Chibi Form just to really embrace the little writing thing now that I'm going to do as a celebration for finishing those 2 chapters. I'm going to do 15 minutes, just a small 15-minute sprint to work on my novel. I've just realised before I get into the last chapter, I have to do some quick typo checks in the second to last chapter, so I'll likely be working on that. Oh, and the fact says, before you go, I would love to know how you add the music. Is it a playlist, Audacity looped into OBS? I get my music from a website called chillhops.com. One moment. Let's see. There we go. Is Nightbot going to work for me? Is it? Ah, maybe I changed that. How about this? No. And these come... Oh, there we go. That took a while, but we got there. Yeah, chillhop.com. There's a bunch of different lo-fi music. What I did was I downloaded all the ones I liked, put them into Audacity, one after another. So I have a giant playlist, which is all just essentially one track. Then in open broadcasting software, OBS, I put that on as just a media source, and I click it to loop there. Happy to answer questions. That took me probably about a month to figure out how to get things up and running on stream. Yeah, happy to help. Good old Audacity. Yeah. Let's see. Let's set this timer. 15 minutes. No problem, Foggy Author, no problem. Anything else, just give me a shout. It's fine. Comment, shout, happy to help. Because I know how much more software can be to try to get a handle on. I know with a lot of time and a lot of watching YouTube videos you can do it yourself, but sometimes if someone could just tell you how they do it, like, quickly, it saves so much time. Okay, let's get this last sprint on the way. Goodbye to people who need to leave now. I will see you again another day. Don't know when, hopefully making this a more regular thing. Yeah, let's get some editing done before I start my very last chapter. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. I managed to edit a little teeny tiny typo edit of the last chapter, which I was working on. Meaning next time we're back, or next time I choose to get to work with this, I can then start straight away on the very last chapter of this sequel. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I hope you have a good evening, daytime, morning, wherever and whenever it is that you watch this, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.